You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, how are you? I want you to like this page and share it. I got a message for you that during this particular time where we are, and here's the message. A lot of people are demoralized because what happened with the Supreme Court justice that was appointed. And a lot of people are celebrating according to what side you're on. Well, I want to talk about you, about what does it take at this particular time, in this space where we are, in this reckoning with all of the confusion and hardships that people are experiencing. What does it take to make it? And let me share something with you. Are you ready for this? This is an incredible time. I want you to know that. This is an incredible time. Why, Les? There's a reason Paul said, in all things give thanks, because people give thanks and say, look at God when things are going well and they have money in the bank, their relationships are working, they have success in their business. They say, oh, the Lord is working, all right? But there's a reason why we say, in all things give thanks. Why? Because part of the reality of life is a roller coaster. Sometimes things go well, sometimes they don't go so well. And so it's a roller coaster. It's up and down. Now, you have the power to decide, I'm going to find a way for this to work for me. And here's what the reality is, that during hardships, listen to me closely, during tough times, listen to me now, when things are really off kilter, that's when wealth transference takes place. During hardship. Why? Because most people, the majority of people, are distracted about the hardships, are paying more attention and giving more energy and more conversation and more time absorbing the hardships and not backing up to reflect. They're spending time reacting, and they're not focused. The mind is blurred. And so the reason why there's some people, the road to life is straight and narrow, and few there be that find it. There's some people, rather than reacting, they're responding. This is a time right now. We said 2020, clear vision. That's right. If you just stop in the midst of your stuff and rethink your life and clear your vision, sometimes life will knock you senseless. When I was going through a divorce, when my best friend died, when my mother died, and I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I couldn't think straight. When I went through a foreclosure, when you have creditors breathing down your neck, you're scared to answer the telephone, it's difficult to think straight. But you can. We can't control the thoughts that come in our minds, but we can control the thoughts that we dwell on. And I want you to write this down. Make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort, a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to hold the thoughts in your mind of what you're manifesting. See it accomplished. Your thoughts have magnetic power. We all had the experience of thinking of someone and they called us out of the blue. Success comes to people who have the daily habit of controlling their thoughts and focusing on the things that can bring value to their lives. This is a time while many people, millions of people, are demoralized and confused and feeling hopeless. This is the time to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to be positive. Anybody can be negative. when they're catching hell, when things aren't going well, when they've lost their job, the relationship has on the rocks. Anybody with when things are going south, but when they are not going in your direction, in order for you to overcome it, in order for you to get in front of it and create what you want to create, and don't allow the circumstances to dictate the direction of where you're going, because your vision is blurred and you haven't taken time to reflect and to recalibrate and begin to determine what should I do now in the now, then you're going to get left behind. During tough times, that's when wealth is transferred. During tough times, because most people are reactionary and emotional, and they are fearful, and they feel like, I can't handle this. This is new territory. I mean, just so much stuff, the coronavirus, and then what's going on, voter suppression, then the Supreme Court judge appointment, and then they got the nerve to have a killer bee. Say, what? Are you kidding me? So we found a killer bee. This bee sting you, you will die. What? Wait, where did that come from? Let me tell you something. I'm in my house and I had to go to the window and talk to Tyrone. For those of you seeing me for the first time, Tyrone is my buddy. He's my friend. He's my homie. He's a squirrel that lives right outside my window. And he checks me out. He's watching me. He's a very motivated squirrel because he listens to my conversations every day at 12 noon. He's excited. And I'm saying, killer bees. Wow. They got all kind of stuff now. So now you can die from somebody breathing on you because their breath stinks so bad it's kick it like Bruce Lee, and you can die. God, so you gotta wear masks. You gotta put a mask on. I had a friend, you could smell his breath 4 feet away. I wish they had this mask in. You know, he would talk to you that he would violate your personal space. I would take 2 steps back. He would take 2 steps forward. Oh boy, haven't seen him for a long time, but I could use this mask now and won't hurt his feelings. You know what I'm talking about. People who broke breaths kicking like Bruce Lee and you didn't tell them. So listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to get excited. 2020, listen to me. It's a great year. A lot of stuff has happened. Am I right? Absolutely. But in all things, give thanks. Clear your head. Start focusing on where are you going and what are you going to do with what you have. You're not taking a dirt nap. You're still here. You still have a pulse. What in the now are you doing to create the kind of life that you want for yourself? This is no place to be depressed. No, don't have time for it. It's time to recognize the truth about yourself. And the truth is that you're more than a conqueror. The truth is you've been given authority and dominion. That's over your mind, how you think. If you make a decision to go to bed smarter each night, trust me on this one here, you will not spend time worrying about what's going on. Your focus will be on creating something now that allow you to emerge from this experience with more health, peace of mind, joy, and prosperity. If you focus, you know what the majority of people are doing? Wasting valuable time. talking about how bad things are, wasting valuable, irreplaceable time, watching television, watching pornography, wasting valuable time, thinking about things and being a spectator rather than a player, and creating something that they can look at and say, look what I have done in the midst of all of this craziness. See, this is the time to harness your will. This is the time to focus on creating. We were created by the Creator to create. So it's very important. Don't follow the masses. Do not follow the masses. You want to become successful, young man? Yes, sir, Sam Axelrod. Whatever the majority of people are doing, don't you do that. You go in another direction. Sam was right. Sam was absolutely right. Sure, I'm keeping social distance from people. I don't go out and mingle with people. I have relatives doing Thanksgiving. We will do it virtually. I have a son who's been out of town, out in LA. He's back in town now. He has to quarantine for 14 days. Homie can't come up in here. Tyrone Aspie, John Wesley coming in the house? No, you know better than that, Tyrone. No. And guess what? I'm working on a variety of business deals. I'm creating new business opportunities. I'm creating new partnerships. What ideas have you had that you need to be working on? You know something that I did the other day, and I'm encouraging you to do? My goal is to leave here without any regrets. Make a list of 5 things that if you died without accomplishing these things, that you would really feel bad about. Make a list of that. And focus on making that happen as much as you possibly can. Most people live lives that they regret. Why? Because they never lived. They were surviving. What it takes to survive is different than what it takes to live. You wake up one morning and say, whoa, look in the mirror. Wow, I'm 75. Where did that come from? I'm 75. I used to think people in their 40s were old. Now I'm 75. I was shining shoes at the Lord's Supper at 75. Who does that? Time is gone so fast. And the older you get, the days go faster. They go faster. You don't get 31 days out of a month. No. You get probably 2 weeks. And if you owe a lot of money, it goes even faster. So focus on what are some things that you can do that can bring you joy in the moment, that you can enjoy right now. Don't give your mind over to stress. Don't give your mind over to things that's not yours. What do you mean by that? I had to stop and back up. I'm a grandfather of 15, and they just sometimes just decide, let me just give this to Papa. Some of them call me Papa. Give this problem to Papa. Papa said, you know what? I think you should give that to your father or your mother. He's got a full plate. I want you to write this down. Learn to say no. So here's what I said to my granddaughter. And you want to be diplomatic. I would do this if I was in the position to do it right now. Right now, I got a full plate. But if I discover that I can do it, I'll get back to you. And she said, okay. Now, people like for you to get back to them with good news. I said, if things change and Papa is able to do it, because I want to do it. If things change, I'll get back to you. Things have not changed. Oh, behave. Hello. See, this is for people who have difficulty saying no. Why? Because the older you get, you got to look around and ask some questions. Who's going to be here for me? Now, your kids might say, oh, I'll be here for you. I've seen too many situations where people change their mind. Let me tell you something. Up in here, when they start doing the yeah, but you can't overcome the yeah, but I don't care how much good you've done and how many times you've apologized and asked for forgiveness. When an argument starts, when a disagreement takes place, they will say, yeah, but do you remember? That's why I'm in good health. That's why I'm staying in good shape, pushing back the time that I would be dependent upon someone. No. I'm taking care of the old man in me. I don't feel old at 75. No. It's sensible to have a good health plan. What's your strategy for being here? You got to have a plan. What's your strategy for being here? You got to have a plan. Being here is not a given. My classmates, what I call and ask about certain people, oh, he's gone. Yeah, Mark is gone. Wait a minute, Betty just died 2 years ago. Yeah, but Mark is gone now. What? Wow. The older you get, the more friends you lose, classmates you lose. It's a part of this thing called life. Nobody's figured out how to get out of here alive. So I'm encouraging you. Keep stress to a minimum. Find things that you can do that brings you joy. Do that. Here's something else. You've got some ideas. You've got some ideas in you that if you act on them, can turn things around for you. This is a time for thinking, a time during tough times. That's when there's a transference of wealth. A lot of lives are being disrupted. Things are changing now. Come on now. Don't get caught up and think that this place where we are, that it's over. No. A lot of people are thinking, oh my goodness, look at the odds now. 63 Supreme Court, conservative. Oh my goodness. This is bad. It's not over until we win. Let me give you an example. This fight is not over. Let me share something with you. I have a next door neighbor named John Henry. John Henry was 17. He was in bodybuilding and I was 13. One day I came home and I had some Haitian mangoes and Haitian mangoes, and they are sweet. I love mangoes. You hear me? I love mangoes. So he asked me for the biggest, juiciest mangoes, yellow, orange. And I said, no, man, that's the one I want. He said, give me the mango. And I said, no. He said, I'm going to ask you one more time. I said, man, I'm not giving you my mango. And he hauled off and he hit me. And we started fighting. And he beat my natural behind, picked me up, threw me down, body dash. And it was not just enough for him to get on top of me and beat me. And I'm saying, okay, John Henry, you can take them all. It's okay. He got up, he took my mangoes, and then he decided to kick me a few times just because he could. And he laughed. He said, I bet you won't do that no more. When I ask for the mangoes again, you give them to me, won't you, Leslie? I didn't say anything. John Henry thought the fight was over. I have a friend named Leo. Leo had a high-powered with a lens BB gun. I went to him. And I said, Leo, can I borrow your BB gun? He said, yes. He said, give me $5. I said, okay. I knew he was going to ask me to pay him. I didn't have any problem with that. And every day for about 2 weeks, I would camp out at different positions with that power lens, and I would shoot John Leslie with that BB gun. Pow! Hit him in the butt. Pow! Hit his back. Pow! Hit his head. And then I would go home, and I would hear his mother next door. Who shot you like that? He said, I don't know. I did it for about 2 weeks. They were trying to carve BB shots out of his head, out of his back. And I went over, head was all bandaged up. What happened, man? Oh, no, man, somebody shot me with a BB gun. Oh, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let's go get him, John Henry. Where did shots come from? Who you think did it? He said, I'm not sure. Come on, I'm going to go with you. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's find out who did this to you, man. You don't never mess with nobody. Come on. And we would look around the neighborhood. Anybody saw anybody with a BB gun? John Henry been shot in the head and back. One got him hit, big knot on his head. I'm just cracking up and saying, oh, John left. This is John Henry, this is so bad. Oh my God. Who would do such a thing? John Henry thought the fight was over. I lit his behind up. I shot him till I just got tired with that BB gun. And then I would walk around with him to find out who did it. I never told this story before. I looked at my phone. I found one of his old numbers. I called and said, John Henry, I want to tell him, I want you to listen to my broadcast. I got a confession to make. But he's old. He can't do nothing now. Oh, my God. Oh, yes. The fight is not over. It's not over till we win. No, in all things, give thanks. Just look at what's going on. Look at the long lines of people voting. It's not over until we win. As you look at yourself, look at your life, look at your goals and dreams, you've lost your business. Guess what? That has created space for a brand new business, for a new idea. The expressway came through in a particular neighborhood in the country and eliminated a mom and pop restaurant. And the owner said, when he got his Social Security check, this is not enough. No, this is not enough. I'm going to find another way to do business. That was Colonel Sanders. He went from city to city with some chicken in the back of the trunk of the car and some chicken batter, his secret recipe, looking for investors. You got an idea? Go out and find some investors. Don't stop. Oh, I don't have. Don't talk about what you don't have. Create it, manifest. That's what we hear. We were created by the Creator to create. Don't stop. Come on. Everything that exists is first in the mind. Whatever you put in your mind, that's what you're manifesting in your life. What has happened? We've been groomed and indoctrinated to be fans, to be spectators. Turn that tell lie vision off, as my daughter, Dr. Ona Brown, would say. Tell it off, turn it off, and learn something. Go to bed smarter. If you're willing to learn, nobody can stop you. And if you're not willing to learn, nobody can help you. Focus on you. This is a challenge. This is an opportunity. This is a transference of wealth, and some of that money has got your name on it. That's the mindset that you must have. And when you have that kind of intention, when you have that kind of vision, when you have that kind of determination, doors open for you that you cannot believe, that eyes have not seen. Listen to me. I'm telling you. I remember just being relentless and determined to go after certain things that I wanted, and they told me no. And I just refused to accept it. I came back again. I have a friend named Lakeisha. She's since passed, and she wanted to have a business in downtown Chicago, and she went to this place and was owned by some Polish guys, and she wanted to rent one of their stores, and they told her no. And she asked, "What language do you speak?" "We're Polish." Lakeisha, who's one of my students, decided that she was going to go back there. She waited 3 months, went back there, and she asked to rent the property, speaking Polish fluently. They gave her the office space because she took the time to learn how to communicate with them. Communication is key. Warren Buffett said, if you want to be successful, he talked about 3 things that's very important. He says, number 1, and he's right on this, get around the right people. During this time, you want to be around the right people. Now, we don't want to have to be around them. You don't want to invite them over to the house. Do it virtually. You want to communicate with the right people who have the right mindset, who is going in the direction of where you're going. Whoever you communicate with the most, you're going in their direction. Sidney Poitier, great and gifted actor, he said, when you go for a walk with someone, something happens without being spoken. He said, either you adjust to their pace or they adjust to your pace. Whose pace have you adjusted to? Get around the right people. Upgrade your relationships. You earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. Get around people that you can learn from, that you can grow from. People who have skill sets, resources, and contacts that you don't have. That's what you want to do right now. Here's something else that Warren Buffett said. He said, invest in yourself. Yes. Why? You are the money. Invest in you. Bet on you. Most people are investing in things that can't take them anywhere. You want to invest in you so that you have the versatility and flexibility to live a life that represents who you are. I'm 75. You will not find me at Walmart or McDonald's flipping hamburgers because I'm 75. Whatever job people you see them doing, guess what? That reflects where they stop learning. No, I'm still learning. I'm still growing. You're never too old to learn, and you're never too young to teach. People that I've taught, now they're teaching me. This thing is about life. It's about living. It's about working in the direction of your calling. And here's the other thing. He said, develop your communication skills. Now he's in my territory. He said, your inability to communicate, listen to this, is like winking at a woman in the dark. Nothing happens. Winking at a woman in the dark. If you can't communicate, I don't care how brilliant you are, in order for that brilliance, that smart, the smart things that you know, it has to be transmitted. Communication is the process of transmitting information. When I ran for office in Columbus, Ohio against Bill Koff, God bless his soul, he just knew he had it in the bag. 22-year incumbent. He knew he had it in the bag. He had more money, experience, but he underestimated the power of communication. And I ate his lunch. One of the funny things that happened in Whitehall. This is a suburb of Columbus, Ohio. Whitehall. There's a reason they called it Whitehall, because white people dominated Whitehall. Black people were not allowed to move into Whitehall. And they had a debate with me and Bob Kopp. And when it finished, I ate his lunch. I'll never forget this lady. She stood up. She said, "Mr. Brown, you're very smart. You're a fierce debater. And you obviously, you know a lot about the legislative process." She said, "And, sir?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." People look from me to her. "You're still a nigger." And people looked at me. I looked at her. I said, "Thank you very much for sharing that with me. Thank you so much." I laughed. I said, "Thank you so much." This white audience, they looked and they thought I was going to get angry. And when I was laughing, I said, "Can you believe this? You can't make this stuff up." I'm in Whitehall. And they started laughing. They started laughing. And they came up to me and went up, hugged me, and said, "You got my vote, buddy." He said, "I never laughed so hard." He said, "I wonder what in the hell is he going to do with this?" My mother taught me a long time ago how to be graceful in an ungraceful situation. Oh my God, I carried Whitehall and the Linden area and Columbus too. Because sometimes you just have to don't say nothing. Just laugh, you know. This is a great time. What will it take, Les, for you to have 2020? What does it mean? Clear vision. You can't have clear vision if you're angry, if you're fearful, if you're confused, if you don't take time to think, what do I need to do now? What is it I got going for me? What do you have? You know, most people don't know what they have going for me, going for themselves. I know what it is I have going for me. I love to speak. Guess what? Hey, that's what I do. And people listen to me. I'm the life of the party. When we play cards or play chess, I am the life of the party. That's what I do. There's some things that you do that comes naturally for you that's difficult for others. That's where the money comes in. That's where the money comes in. What is it that you do that other people have a challenge doing? That's where you come in. What opportunities are out here? Don't believe in that foolishness. Opportunity knocks on every door. Are you kidding me? It's silent. It's waiting right now for you to recognize it, for you to take advantage of it. It's got a big bushel of money with your name on it. Coming out of this time, there will be millionaires, billionaires, and witnesses. And the witnesses will be working for the millionaires and the billionaires. The reason you're listening to me is because it's in your DNA. You are a millionaire or billionaire in training. And when others come out complaining about what happened, you'll come out and say, "It was good for me, baby. I had 2020. I can see clearly now the rain is gone." Oh, don't you make me sing for you, baby. You can't handle the voice. That's a whole other ticket. Hello? Tyrone, you didn't know I could hit that note, did you? Uh-huh. So as you look at your goals and look at your dreams right now, I want you to say, "Woo! In all things give thanks." Thank you, Lord, for blessing me right now. Money cometh. Oh, thank you for the right people, for the right situations. Thank you for giving me the vision to see some things I've not been able to see. Thank you for opening my eyes to new opportunities. Thank you, thank you, thank you for blessing me right now in the midst of all of this stuff. Thank you. And trust me on this. When you get up in the morning, when you get up tomorrow morning, write down 7 things that you're thankful for. That's what I do each morning. I write down 7 things that I'm thankful for, including I give thanks for my complete healing from cancer. But Les, you've been dealing with it for 27 years, man. 4 stage, yeah. I'm calling forth those things that be not as though they were. Thank you for opportunities that are coming to me right now. When you get in a positive state of mind, you send off a different kind of energy, and you will attract, I believe in energy, you will attract different kind of experiences and different kinds of people. But when you're in a negative state of mind, that turns your energy down, and you will attract craziness and confusion and fear. No, this thing called life, it's difficult. It's hard. And you've got to be courageous enough to be bold enough in the face of adversity and say, it's not over until I win. Because that's who you are. You're God's masterpiece because you're a piece of the master. You were born to win. You came here winning. Don't follow the crowd. No, don't listen to them. Get far away from them so you can't hear their negative conversation and so that their negative energy don't affect you. No, excuse me. So their negative energy don't infect you. So many people are not achieving their goals and their vision are blurred because they have been infected with negative thoughts, infected with defeatist attitudes, infected with people who don't want anything out of life, infected with people who are always there when they need you, infected with excuses and alibis. No. This thing called life is not easy. It's hard, but you can do hard. If you do what is easy, give up, complain, find somebody to point at, the circumstances, the government, your situation, your circumstances, and why you're where you are, that would be easy. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, become smarter and be smarter before you go to bed. Learn something today that you didn't know yesterday. Surround yourself with the right people. Stay focused on your goal. Realize that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Keep in mind, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Understand and know that you were born to win. And have that attitude. You deserve more out of life and out of yourself. And that wherever you find yourself at some point in time, you made an appointment to be there. And you can break the appointment. You can reverse your life. You can take it in another direction. Yeah. You got it like that. 8 out of 10 millionaires have been financially bankrupt, but they didn't stop. Don't stop. Decide it's a non-negotiable for you. I wanted to buy my mother a home. I didn't stop. The first one was foreclosed on. I got another one. I've been fired several times. I got tired of being fired. So now I'm my own boss. I sign my own check and I give myself a raise whenever I want to. Don't say that to impress you, but to impress upon you the powers in your hands. You're made in the likeness and image of God. You've been given authority and dominion over everything, including controlling your destiny. Life is God's gift to you, and how you live your life is your gift to God. I salute the greatness in you. Listen, do you have a story? Would you like to become a more effective communicator? Warren Buffett made a point. Not being able to communicate is like winking at a woman in the dark. Nothing happens. If you can communicate, you can make some things happen. You can advance your career. You are the storyteller for your business. You can build and grow your business. You can increase sales. You can make a point. You can be a voice of influence. You can change the course of history if you know how to communicate. I want you to put voice in the comments section and say, Les Brown, I want you to coach me. I want you to help me to develop my superpower. In the beginning was the word. Thou shalt decree a thing that shall be established unto you. Death and life is in the tongue. I want you to speak life into me. Put voice in the comment section. You know something? I enjoy talking to you so much. Yes. Now, okay, Tyrone, I'm winding up now. You don't know. I'm bilingual. Tyrone is a squirrel that he so loves my message. He's brought other squirrels in the neighborhood to listen at this time, 12 noon. They bring peanuts and cashews and mangoes now, because I have some mangoes here in Atlanta. And they have lunch and they listen to me and they're very motivated. Oh boy, when I get through though, they hop from tree to tree. I hope that you hop from dream to dream. I hope that you decide, you know what? I heard Mamie Brown's baby boy. You know what? I'm hopping out of this situation where I am, and I'm going to create the next greatest version of myself. And I'm going to have him as my coach, my mentor. Put voice in the comment section. Between you and me, you have something special. You have greatness in you. I salute the greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. You make me Randy, baby. Somebody give him his medication, please. I hope that I brought a smile to your face or caused you to laugh. But I'm serious about this. You were made for such a time as this. God is in charge, but he does not always take charge. That's where we come. That's where we have to step up. That's why we must commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established in all thy ways. Acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Don't join in the thinking of everyone else. Henry David Thoreau said, if a man doesn't keep pace with his companions, perhaps he's listening to the beat of a different drummer. Let him dance to the music that he hears, however measured or far apart. Don't be like everybody else. Be different. be uncommon. I choose not to be a common man. It's my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to live from hand to mouth. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the still calm of utopia. Oh, I will never cower before any master nor bend to any threat. It's my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, and face the world boldly and say, this I have done. You have something special. You have greatness in you. I salute the greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's Baby Boy. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. If you're ready for me to work with that voice and that story in you, put voice in the comment section. Bye for now. Oh my goodness, I have so enjoyed myself today. I hope you've enjoyed me as much as I have enjoyed me. Yes, indeed.